So hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial, guys, we're going to get right into it. It's going to be about pretty much how to put a vinyl plaque on a box or square urn for your loved ones or pets that were cremated. This can be just like a temporary thing, or it can be a permanent thing depending on how your finances are looking and if there's like a budget. So basically the supplies you're gonna need is gold or silver metallic vinyl. You're gonna need black vinyl. You're gonna need whatever urn or box you're using. You're gonna need scissors, a scraper, and a cutting machine such as a Cricut or a Silhouette Cameo. So also, guys, as you watch the video, this was something that I decided to record very last minute. I wasn't planning on recording it, but I thought it would have been a good thing to show for people that are kind of crunched for time and needed to have something for a memorial or for a funeral. So I decided to record it last minute. I don't show everything. Such as actually cutting out my vinyl on my machine, because I had already done it by the time I decided to record. So I'll just explain to you guys what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And also you can go on YouTube and find other videos of how to cut on a on your Cricut or your Silhouette Cameo. I did not do a tutorial on how I cut it, but I'll just show you the process that I did after that. So basically it's a video for people that already know how to use a Cricut or a Silhouette Cameo and cutting vinyl in general. Okay guys, so right here I'm just kind of showing you that this is my vinyl. It's kind of like a foil, like a metallic foil material, and I already had cut it on my Silhouette Cameo, and here I'm just kind of weeding it out. It's very tricky working with the foil per se. It wasn't too bad, depending on, I would advise making like thick bold letters. It makes it a lot easier to weed through. And this is my father that passed away. I made this video about almost a year ago. It's been almost a year since he's been gone. That's his name, and I decided to do in loving memory of just his name, and I put "one love" because that's a phrase that he always used to say. So yeah, that's my daddy. He was cremated, so we decided to, we ordered the urn off of Amazon. Wasn't that expensive either, so this is very, very good for families that are definitely on a budget and just want something that looks nice. It can be something you just keep on there. It can be temporary. My dad actually still has this vinyl plaque on his urn. So yeah. So at this point I'm just kind of actually, you know what, let me explain also. This is also part of the weeding process, but the black shape you see, the little plaque outline over there in black, that's just something that's just a shape I got off of my library on my Silhouette Cameo studio. Cricut probably has one too. I'm sure it was free. It just has like a shape, just kind of like a plaque shape, and I just downloaded that and just cut it out on my machine. They have other shapes as well if you don't want to use that rectangle shape, but it pretty much worked out. I just sized it out on the urn, like how long it should be, how short it should be. So definitely pre-measure beforehand, so you know like what size to do everything. And so this is after it's weeded out. I had to transfer it to transfer tape, and those of you who work with with vinyl in general, you guys know how this process goes. And that's a scraper. If you guys didn't know what a scraper was, that's just something you use for anything, vinyl or transferring vinyl onto transfer tape. So I had kind of a difficult time, as you can see, getting it onto the transfer tape, and that's just because foil can be very finicky and tricky to use, especially with small letters. But I eventually did get it. That's why I sped the video up, because it took me a lot longer to do than I imagined. Okay guys, so at this point I finished weeding it off the transfer tape. I placed the transfer tape of the first line onto the black plaque, the black shape vinyl piece right there, and I'm just kind of scraping it down and make sure it sticks onto, and then I'm just peeling the transfer tape off to make sure everything stuck down good. So everything came off pretty easy, no issues. But one thing I did notice is that I have a hard time getting things lined up correctly. This is for everything that I do, especially with words. So the first line, in loving memory of, it's a little bit kind of like crooked, but I had to roll with it. So it wasn't that obvious, but I noticed it myself. So, but it worked out. It still looked really good in the end. Then I placed the last two lines on there, and I'm just scraping it again to make sure it's down pretty good. And then I'm going to just peel the transfer tape off. So here I'm just this is the final result. You can definitely see that in loving memory of, it's definitely a little bit crooked and then goes up. And I think I just noticed it at that time when I was actually recording it. So, but yeah, so it came out, really good considering, for me to do it myself. And here I'm just placing a larger piece of transfer tape over top of the whole entire thing. And this stage is basically where you lift the whole vinyl off of the whole thing. This is with the words and everything in the actual black part. And I'm just scraping down really, really good to make sure it'll lift off easy. So at this point, I'm actually going to remove the back part off of the transfer tape. And I'm going to cut some of the edges off so it's not too much extra hanging off. So that way it makes it easier for me to be able to place it centered onto the urn. All right, so here I'm actually peeling off the whole other back piece. Yep, so the whole thing is peeled off. So that's the piece that actually backside that goes onto the urn. Okay, so at this point, I'm just kind of measuring the center rectangle that's right in the middle of the box. So that kind of helped and guide me where to place the sticker. So I just kind of measured it out right in there and try to get it as centered as possible. I have a hard time doing this with everything that I do, and I definitely did not want to mess up and have to do it all over again. So I had to make sure I got it right this time. So I just at this part, I'm just kind of placing like tape, just so I kind of know where the center is. And here I'm just slowly trying to get it right and to place it down correctly. So I think I got it. So I'm scraping it down and it looks pretty centered to me. Thank God, because I did not want to have to redo that again. So it looks pretty good. And now I'm just taking all the little pieces of tape that I had on there to help me know where the center point was. I'm probably going to leave a description for the urn that we got off of Amazon. It wasn't expensive. I would say it was no more than maybe 20 something dollars, if that. It's cherry oak wood, I believe. You know, for those wondering, the ashes go in at the bottom of the box. I didn't show that. There's like a little screw at the bottom of the box where the ashes would be placed in. There's not like an opening at the top. It's literally just it's a hollow box that you would basically just give to the crematory or the funeral home, whoever's doing the cremation, and they'll actually put the ashes in for you. And if you we also had necklaces as well, and you give everything to them. That's basically, they'll tell you that, you know, once all the services, memorial, whatever you're doing, you know, the whole process, when you sign everything and sign documentation and paperwork, they'll tell you to bring all that stuff into them. So this is the final result. I'm pretty proud of it. It came out really good, considering the fact that we needed it very, very quickly. We didn't have time to order a metal plaque where it would be here in time for the memorial services. So I think it came out really, really well. And I definitely highly recommend this technique for people that are on a budget and who are on time constraints. So I just want to thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please leave comments below. I'll try to get to everybody. And I hope this really helps you all out a lot. I'm not even sure if there are any videos on YouTube about this, but I just want to make sure I'm helping people out, you know, who are definitely on a budget and cannot afford expensive funeral costs. So again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on so you know when I post any new videos. So y'all stay blessed, stay positive, and as the words of my daddy, one love.